Russo Italiano sponsors Boxing Bros UK.
Hello everybody, this is Boxing Bros UK. I am the boss Chris, and this is my co-host Andrew, the Boxing Brain.
Hello.
And today's topic, we're going to do a fight review of AZIM versus, what was it, Lipinets?
Assassin. I'll tell you what, Chris, and I've the title. I don't know about the assassin. I think he was trying to assassinate Lipinets' balls and stop him having any more children. Oh, what the fuck? Honestly, how many low blows do you want? I don't know if it was intentional. One of them, he went to shape up to throw an uppercut, and I think the way Lipinets shaped up, he sort of caught him, and you could see AZIM was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry," but he's kind of lucky that it was Steve Gray, the ref, wasn't it? Was it Steve? Yeah, Steve Gray. He, I mean, there's no kind of rule with that. There's no like, oh, 3 low blows and you're out. It's the referee's discretion. And I'll tell you what, worse referees might have said, "Look, you do that again, I'm disqualifying you," because it depends on the ref.
Because it's
I felt like, you know, yeah, bit weird.
Because he took a point and then he kept on doing it afterwards. Like, when you take a point, you kind of like me. That means I'm in fucking business. Oh yeah, it took 2 points, man. I know. Yeah, like you say, it's not 3 strikes and you're out, but come on. Because what if Lipinets was like, "Do you know what? Imagine if Lipinets just walked up to him and just went, boom, right in the balls." I get another point taken off. I'm going to do it again if he keeps doing that to me. Because he could have, and then it wouldn't have been fair if he didn't give him to.
I think Lipinets hit him with her. And Lipinets hit him with a low blow, as if to say, "Well, you can have some as well."
Yeah, but
oh dear.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, outside of that, so Oscar, you clear this up for me, Chris. Right? I was looking up, trying to see where AZIM ranking was, because I was kind of looking at fighters I'd quite like to see him next. Because we have to remember he's still only 22, and we're going to do a video on Wednesday just to shout everybody out. We're going to critique and go through Ben Shalong's stable, which we're not overly impressed with. And I think AZIM and Bacoli are kind of the shining jewels in his stable. Ben Whitaker and Fraser Clark, I think, are off the radar at this moment in time. But I was trying to look at his ranking, right? And he's meant to be sort of in the top 10 of the WBA. I looked in 2 different sites, couldn't see him ranked anywhere in the top 15. Like, what's going? Is that a mistake? Like, what's going? It must be, surely. I don't know
what weight class was he? What weight class?
Yeah. Like, well, this is the thing, because he's gone up. Well, he was the super lightweight, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got to be in there somewhere. He's a European champion, or he was Is he still European champion or not?
Well, he was the youngest. I don't know if you know this, Chris. I found this out today. He's the youngest ever European champion. I didn't know that.
No, I didn't until they announced it, when they was announcing him to the ring in the fight. But is he anyway? It doesn't matter if he's European champion or not. The fight, it was just a beatdown, weren't it? He was just too fast, too sharp. He was just doing what he wanted in there, really. He was battering him round after round. But fair play for Lipinets. He kept going, but it's not, when it's not competitive at all, it's just not, it's not really good to watch sometimes, you know what I mean?
I think, like, I don't know if you felt this, but I think in round 8, the corner had a chance to take him out and didn't. And then he went round round 9, it was stopped, wasn't it? It got stopped early in round 9.
Yeah.
I think maybe the corner could have pulled him out. I was listening in at the ring, and the way the trainer was talking, I was thinking, because to Steve Gray, I'm sure that's his name, Steve Gray. I'm not sure if I've got the ref's wrong name, let me know down below. he come up to the corner round 8 and said, "Let me know if he's okay, or let me know if he's not okay." And they rolled him back out into round 9, and he just got his legs stiffened. He got stunned. Started off all right, Lipinets, really, really high guard, defensively quite sound. He was going to the body to AZIM. I think his tactic was to try and slow AZIM down. AZIM's, he's got good feet, good quick feet, very fast hands, really fast hands, good shot selection, accuracy's really good. I think I want to see his chin tested now. I really want to see his chin tested against someone like in that Subban. I've got a few names in here, like off the top of my head, Subriel Matthias or someone like that. Don't think they'll put him in there with someone like him. But I think Lipinets's game plan was sound, but I think 35 punch resistance isn't quite there anymore. I know he's a former champion, but I think AZIM was too fast, too strong, too accurate. He was just too much for him. I sort of felt for Lipinets in there because he was very game, wasn't he? Very game,
Yeah,
but he just weren't.
True
he weren't AZIM's level, Chris.
Yeah, the man was willing, the body was not. But the only fight I want to see Adam AZIM in is with Dalton fucking Smith, for fuck's sake. Like, because it doesn't matter what he said.
Yeah, I know. That's the one we all want.
He Smith. There's no if, buts, or maybes. That was a blatant, out and out. I'm not fighting you. I'm not saying he's scared, but he didn't fight him because Ben Shalom thought it was a great idea for him to win a European title, and then as soon as he gets a credible mandatory challenger to vacate it. Yeah, because he vacated the title. The British title, sorry. That was it, yeah. I think it was. What kind of manager says, right, win this title, but if someone decent's your mandatory, vacate it so you look like a shitbag and you look like a ducker straight away early on in your career? What kind of advice is that?
Typical Shalom.
Like,
I think I don't know if
bringing people up is terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
You got to at least do it sneakily, like say you want the fight, fake an injury or do something. Well, you just make them look like dickheads. Your fighters, you make them look like they don't. Because how can you win a title and then just because fighting nobody to win it, and because the guy who was mandatory is half decent, you vacate it and say you want to fight Harlem Eubank, who's useless, really.
That's alleged. I suppose it's all alleged, isn't it? Ben Shalom would probably. That's why he'll never have us interview him, by the way. I reckon that's why he did let us interview him the other week. Like when he was like the security came over and said, "I get my boy out of here. They're gonna stick it on me." I tell you, I can't be doing with it. Liam Cameron, what are you doing? But like, why isn't the Dalton Smith fight happening? We'd be like proper sticking it on him, right? Not like all these shills, all these bumlicker German. I better not say this too much because then I'll get there and I'll be asking all the bumlicky questions. But I don't know, like, what about Chris? Yeah, go on, mate. Go on.
No, like it's just, I just don't understand how his mind works. Like, he's always pulling his fighters out of when they've got situations. He's always making them look like they're ducking fights, like Fraser Clark, not turning up to Perspin. Do you know what I mean? And then he's doing it with AZIM. Like, oh, he's good. Let's not fight him. Vacate the belt. And just like, come on.
Whitaker, the most recent example, clearly doesn't want him in that rematch because he's too big a face for Sky Sports Boxing. But I'll tell you a fight they'll probably make. They'll probably, like Garcia will probably smash Ronnie Romero to bits at 140 and then Adam AZIM will get Ronnie Romero sloppy seconds or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, do you know what? I can see him making that fight, Ronnie Romero.
He'll get Ryan Garcia's cast-offs.
Yeah, I can see him making that fight, you know. I actually can see it.
What about, though, Chris? I don't know where he's at the moment. What about, do you think he's too young, too raw to go in there against maybe a Josh Taylor? Josh Taylor at the end of his career, but I think Josh Taylor might. might do it.
I don't think Josh Taylor would take the fight though, because why would you want to embarrass yourself losing to a 22-year-old prospect? You know, when you've achieved so much. It's all right losing to other world champions and all that, but I can't see him taking that fight. I just can't see it. Maybe I tell you what would be good for him. Maybe like Kid Galahad.
I think
whatever he's doing. What's Kid Galahad doing these days?
Yeah.
Huh?
Don't know. What about Jack Catterall? Nah, Jack Catterall's too good at the moment, isn't
he? Yeah, Jack Catterall. Oh yeah,
it's the same thing. He won't take it. I don't think he would.
Not going to fight him. Not worth it for them, is it? You've got to think like, what weight does Thingy fight at? I swear it's 140.
No.
Pat Barrett's nephew. What's he called?
Pat Barrett's nephew.
Yeah. And Pat Barrett trains him. He calls himself like Brown Flash or something. You know, because Pat Barrett was Black Flash and he's like mixed race. Oh, I swear he fights at that weight. I swear he fights at that weight. I swear he does.
Yeah.
Oh, get a Kiko Martinez out of retirement. Get a Kiko Martinez. The absolute legend who always knocks it out of the park.
I think ultimately what they're going to do with Adam AZIM, we have to remember he's still only 22. He was in there against a former champion who was a little bit kind of at 35, a little bit kind of no, I don't want to say over the hill, but I think he was a little bit gone. I think they're just going to steadily progress him. So they might be looking at people sort of still just inside the top 10, I think. But yeah, massive prospect.
For me, I think he's ready for a real step up. I don't want to procrastinate on his career for too long before, by the time he steps up, it's a bit too late, or he's not peaking at the right time. Do you know what I mean? Or he's been fighting knockover jobs for so long.
Yeah.
When he gets a fight, he's not quite ready for it, an opportunity. I just think he needs to fight someone who's come to win and who actually has a chance of winning. Do you know, like for his next fight, all these O'Hara Davis and Harlem Eubanks and Lipinets, he needs to fight someone proper now who's coming to win. Dalton Smith is the perfect fight because that's a 50-50 fight for me. I don't know who's going to win that. He needs to be in a 50-50 fight, or he can have another gimme but a little bit more difficult and then put him in a 50-50 fight. Need to do something with him. He is really.
A lot of people fancy Dalton Smith for that fight, but it's a difficult one. I'm kind of in between though because he is so young, and I think the way Matchback they got to get a balance. Surely the next couple up, they don't want to hang about, as you say, because he wants to stay sharp. He's got to have some fights soon where there's some adversity, where he's having to think a bit more about what's coming back and not just being able to, do what he wants to do and pick his work and take a round off. And, he needs someone who's going to really take him into the trenches a bit. But I don't know. I don't see Shalom. I think because now, especially after after what's happened with Ben Whittaker and Fraser Clark getting dismantled by Wardley, Ben Whittaker, we don't know what's going on with him. Adam AZIM and Bacolia are his prized possessions, and I think he's going to. Because imagine if AZIM gets in there with Dalton Smith or a Subriel Matthias or someone like that, and they knock two shades of shit out of him, right? Yeah. Ben Shalom's stable is already looking bad. It'll be shocking if Adam AZIM gets exposed. So
yeah, I think you're right. I think he'll probably have. He'll have two more fights like this before he's in something real.
I think so.
So that means we won't see him in a decent fight until this time next year, guys.
Yeah, enjoy. There we are. In politics and the way they move their fighters this is you.
But I think
no, it is what it is.
That's it.
That about wraps it up for us here at Boxing Bros UK.
Like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and sub, all that. Leave a